NBA prize picks for Monday, November 25th. As you can see, nice and early behind me. And we got 4 plays to look at on the prize picks streak play board. If you want more picks, plays, promo codes, join DFS Army. This is what you'd be up if you were a member since September 2023. Links down below to check that out. But for now, we'll go over these free plays. Pick a favorite, try and find a winner. I'll hit the intro. You've already smashed like. Let's go to work. All right, first play up on the board, Jamal Murray, more than 3.5 rebounds. Head on over to the DFS Army Proptimizer, let you compare prize pick line, sportsbook odds, and our projection model to a little bit of research tools as well. We're building more into it. Right now, it is just last 5, 10, 15, but a lot of tools in here. 3.5 rebounds set up right in here. As you can see, he's been over in 4 straight games. He's been over in 6 of the last 10. It's red because the odds are actually pointing us towards the under. Bally Bet Rivers have it at minus 136 to go under 3.5. FanDuel is shaded towards the over at minus 118. DraftKings relative pick'em as well. BetMGM a pick'em. Our projection model is this number right here. We are projecting him at 4.21, so we are leaning towards the over in this spot. One thing I did not pull up, and get a different tab going here. We do want to look at the DVP of the matchup, hashtag basketball, free site, shout out to them. Go to the point guard position. Matchup is against the Knicks. And we'll sort by rebounds. And the Knicks are relatively difficult matchup. Looks like they allow the 9th fewest rebounds per game to the point guard position. So I think some data that's pulling us in opposite directions here. And this is one of those where the streak play game kind of forces us to make a pick here. I doubt this will be my favorite, but he's been over in 4 straight. We are projecting him for over, but the matchup is a little bit difficult, and the odds are actually pointing towards the under. With how much attention Jokic draws in general, when I'm borderline like this, how I think the Knicks are going to defend here, I think Murray will get over. 4.21 on the projection model is the number I'm going to ultimately side with, but not a play that's going to be probably my favorite when I'm breaking down these 4 picks overall. But I will go Jamal Murray. Oh, skipped over there. And the Jamal Murray play just fell off the board. So it's good. It was going to be my least favorite anyway, but I would have leaned towards the more. Wasn't going to be the one we lock in. So let's just go to Josh Hart, 13.5 points. By the way, this is the Prize Picks free streak play game. If you're in a state where you can play Prize Picks, I do have the promo code set up. Links are down below. Put in Sniper, sign up with code Sniper. You make a deposit, make a $5 play, get $50 instantly. Sign up for that new account with that code down below. All right, Josh Hart, 13.5 points. We'll go back to the Proptimizer here. Josh Hart, 13. The Josh Hart props here. The points, we are leaning towards the more in terms of the odds, but it does look pretty slight. Got the tool as well. He's been over in 4 straight games, as you can see. 6 of the last 7, 7 of the last 10. We are projecting him under, though, at 11.6. So, again, a little bit of conflicting information here from the tool that is updated throughout the day. In terms of odds, at 13.5, to pick him at DraftKings, FanDuel, slight lean towards the over, very slight at Bally, Bet Rivers, and BetMGM. In terms of the matchup against Denver, let's go to the 3 position here. And Hart kind of flips between the 3 and the 2, but we'll go with the 3. It is a good matchup here in that Denver allows the 4th most points per game to the small forward position. So even though the odds and projection are pointing us towards the under, we got a good matchup and good form here. The form, he's just gotten over this number. He's the hook on the positive side in 4 of these games in your log. It is a positive matchup. I'm curious, since he flips between the 2 and the 3, how Denver defends the 2. Not at the top. Middle of the road matchup in terms of the 2 position. Our projection here is 11.6. I actually a little bit disagree for, in terms of it being a good matchup, the role he's on, how I think this game's going to play out in Denver tonight. I think we're going to see some points. I'm on the over as well. I would lean Josh Hart towards the more. I don't like that everything that we got some data going conflicting directions, but I would go Josh Hart more than 13.5 points. All right. I thought that one got dropped off the board too. They just rearranged. Oh, and Jamal Murray plays back. Again, this is a live updated type situation. Let's go one more time here. Hit the refresh button. So now we got Josh Hart dropping off. So I would be on the Josh Hart more. These are obviously the plays that are in consideration today on the Prizepicks street play game that are getting flipped around. I guess this is the downside to doing this so early. So Murray, if you remember, we were on the more, but it was not confident. Hart, if he comes back, I like the more as well, a little bit more. And let's go Nikola Jokic, 50.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Back to the Proptimizer. Again, you want access to this tool. It's what DFS Army members have access to. Check that link down below, 50.5. We are on the more here in terms of odds. It's a pick 'em with a little bit of juice to the more on FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, and it's set at 49.5, but at minus 140 on Bally and BetRiver. Your form, if that's your jam, projected, he's been over in 5 straight games, 8 of the last 10, projecting him at 50.32, projecting him pretty much right on the number. In terms of defensive matchup here, let's go to the center position. The Knicks. Better-ish team in terms of defending the center position. That's probably like 12th. I'm not going to count it the whole way, but defend pretty well in terms of points. Do allow a lot of rebounds per game to the position. At least I thought they were towards the top. And I may have been misremembering. No, I totally had that backwards. Knicks only allowing 12.9 rebounds per game to the center position. That's actually third best in the league. And towards the top in terms of assists allowed per game. Actually, so a relatively decent, relatively difficult matchup for Nikola Jokic. But as I mentioned, I'm already on the over. He's streaking pretty well, in terms of form here, how he's playing. I'm almost positive I mentioned earlier that I am on the over. I would probably lean towards the over as well for Nikola Jokic and say that I like it a little bit more than the Murray play, a little bit less than the Hart play that is now gone. So I'm hoping we get I don't think Hart is going to come back. So I'm hoping we have some real clarity here on the last play on the board, this Pascal Siakam play, 20.5 points. Pull up Siakam, 20.5 points. Looks like we, again, similar to the last plays, it's a little bit of juice to the over here on some of these books. Some have it at 21.5. That does have juice to the under, but they're projecting him over 21. Or over 20.5, I should say. And minus 130 over on BetMGM is the most skewed towards the over here. He's been over in 4 straight games. Over in 7 of the last 10 as well. He's got a matchup against New Orleans. For what it's worth, Andrew Nembhard is out in this game. I don't think that matters much to Siakam's usage, but New Orleans does allow the 10th, count this up here, 9th most points per game to the power forward position. This is our play, thankfully, where everything lines up. Odds lean over, projection leans over, form is good, and it's a good matchup with the other dicey plays on the board. I think pretty safe to say this is going to be the most confident. I will do a recap, though. Hit the like button for me. And we will go with, I'm assuming the Josh Hart play might pop back up for you, so I'll rank it. Either way, my least confident play is Jamal Murray, more than 3.5 rebounds. Then I would go Nikola Jokic, more than 50.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Then Josh Hart, more than, I think it was 13.5 points that were up there. But regardless, my favorite play on the board, Pascal Siakam, more than 20.5 points. That's what we got early this morning. Again, you want more picks, plays, promo codes, access to Discord where we post all the plays, where that is our tracker, deposit match codes, all that stuff is down below. Go and check that out. Appreciate all you guys. Back to start at Thanksgiving week. Hopefully you got exciting plans for the holidays. Enjoy this time of year. And here's that daily reminder that whether or not you are a DFS Army member, you probably should be. But either way, good luck in those contests. Let's cash this ticket, and I'll see you next time.